They're the sort of potholes that won't just damage your tyres, they'll swallow your car. This 15-foot pit opened up on Tuesday and closed part of the M2. The week before, another hole. This one really did swallow a car, parked on a driveway in High Wycombe. They're both sinkholes, and 5 have now appeared in a fortnight.
The police were shouting, "How many people in there? Get out of the house now, get out of the house now."
On Saturday morning, while his family were asleep, the ground opened up beneath Sheriff's house.
So I stepped out and I saw that. It's when I quickly ran back and just tried to grab everyone out of the house.
What did you think when you saw it?
I was just terrified.
Sinkholes are made when a layer of soft rock like limestone gets exposed to a lot of acidic water. That can erode the rock away, leaving a space underneath the top layer of soil. Then if that soil gets weighed down by more water, it can collapse into the space, creating a sinkhole. It's no coincidence then that holes like this one, which is 20 feet deep by the way, happen more after periods of very wet weather. I took sinkhole expert Clive Edmonds as close as we're allowed to get.
So when the weather dries out, the sinkholes will stop then?
In theory, you'd expect it to stop, but in fact, because we've had so much rainfall, we'll go into a drained condition and movement can reoccur.
So you're saying we could have both sinkholes when it's wet and then more sinkholes when it dries out?
Yeah, amazingly, we can end up with a drained condition following the very wet conditions, and it loses support to the ground, so it can set off another rash of holes following it.
And we're not the only ones having trouble. This is CCTV from a car museum in Kentucky last week. The giant sinkhole took 8 vintage cars with it. A remote camera went inside the hole to see what's left of them. And the geology in Central America means their sinkholes can be enormous. In Guatemala in 2010, this hole 200 feet deep took a dozen homes with it. Sheriff's house is going to be torn down. He doesn't know where he'll go next.
I just don't understand what's going on. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
There may well be more sinkholes to come, but even the experts can't predict where or when they'll appear. Dominic Reynolds, Channel 5 News in Hemel Hempstead.